Most have experienced recent years as dystopic. Marshall McLuhan referred to similar media effects using Edgar Allan Poe's story, A Descent into the Maelstrom. Many have been impacted. Even the venue for this presentation is now remote from Rio. Some are starting to look ahead. The use of digital technology has only increased. The trends it supports continue. To what extent will we shape versus being shaped by such media forces? Hello, my name is Fred Chiansky, independent researcher and former IBM consultant. Given his association with our host country, the late great Brazilian educator Paulo Freire comes to mind. In fact, I'd like to suggest that by incorporating Freire's Gnostic cycle within media ecology more deliberately, those of us associated with the field can be better equipped to deal with dystopia and to make contributions in advancing a post-pandemic world. So, how has media ecology dealt with dystopic conditions to date? Articles from 20 years of the Explorations in Media Ecology journal and the words of a few authors give us an idea. See Jennifer Rausch, Kate Hoyt, and J. Nicole Beckham comment on media impacts, the current scene, and opportunities.
A lot of people have been asking similar questions about what influence our devices are having on us as individuals, on our psychologies, as well as on our relationships with other people in our family. A lot of these people who are coming from these digital platforms who kind of know how the sausage is made and they're telling us what's in it, it takes on a new intensity because of that.
I think the number one thing that folks can do to verify what they're reading is correct is to slow down. And that's not easy to do in the media landscape that we have right now, where unprecedented volumes of information are being sort of bombarded at us.
I hate problem-centered approaches to thinking about, and so I have been fighting for years to kind of frame this conversation in this space of opportunity. You know, giving people a way to interact in the world.
Well, where does Freire's Gnostic cycle come into play? Well, most known for his first book, the Gnostic cycle actually comes from his last one. There he lays out his research, learn, and teach circle, an ongoing process for beginning to enable people in shaping their worlds, at least to some extent. It is this kind of activist change-oriented approach that is becoming increasingly important and necessary for our times. So how does media ecology work to date relate to the Gnostic cycle? Again, let's look at a few authors from the Explorations in Media Ecology that show ways these elements have been treated in the field so far. Namely, Catherine Adams, Robert McDougall, and Terry Lynn Taylor on research, Jesse Daniels and Arshia Anwar on learning, and Catherine Fry and Laura Trujillo on teaching. Take a look.
My research primarily looks
Other
at
technologies, digital technologies, have changed the shape of teaching and learning.
Research that I'm doing is that it's not freeing us always, these online environments are not always freeing us in the way that we have assumed.
Yes, we can have better algorithms, but if women aren't even represented in the data that we're applying those better algorithms to, we really haven't advanced things.
We who create and use technology are functionally illiterate when it comes to racial matters. And we are living at a time when we need to get much smarter, much faster about race and tech.
The "this is fine" GIF does not mean this is fine.
You should be teaching about how the digital environment operates, and you should be teaching all of that with an eye
towards critical understanding.
So we need to take care of the world we are shaping, because at any moment we may be lost and be useless for it.
Well, how might media ecology include Freire's Gnostic cycle more deliberately going forward? For example, research might emphasize the cycle and view exploration in media ecology as a database and engage in related online searches to identify pertinent articles related to current issues. Such tools as graph databases might also be used to better understand connections and the impacts of current media. Like McLuhan's reference to Poe's sailor seeing patterns to escape the maelstrom. Also, attempts at academic videos and video abstracts like this one, that obviously needs more work, might be used as learning and teaching vehicles to help in extending world-shaping efforts. It's time to amp up our activism and ability to shape versus being shaped by media forces. So, by incorporating renowned Brazilian educator Paulo Freire's Gnostic cycle more deliberately in media ecology, those associated with the field could be better equipped to deal with dystopia and make a contribution in advancing a post-pandemic world.